Hey, what's going on, everybody? Timothy here with Mana Rocks, and we're here to redeem ourselves. We had a sweet little black-green deck splashing a Heliod last time. Unfortunately, it only went 2 and 3, and we lost to a mill deck in the last round, which was super depressing, but the deck was awesome. I had a lot of fun with it. We're going to run it back for another ranked draft today, so best of 1 matches, up to 7 wins or 3 losses, whichever comes first, and we'll see how we do with that. Before we jump into the draft, make sure you subscribe below for future drafts for any other content we post on the channel, or find us on Twitter at MTG_Manarocks. So let's see, can we open a bomb this time? We had Heliod last time. Ooh, Gray Merchant. Always take the Gray Merchant. Wow, this pack's good. So there is an Atris Oracle of Half-Truths. This is the 4-mana 3/2 menace, and when it comes into play, your opponent splits the top 3 cards of your library into 2 piles. One's face up, one's face down. You pick a pile to put in your hand. I feel like Gray Merchant is the safe pick. Am I just going to always first pick a Gray Merchant? Atris is awesome, but it puts us in 2 colors. It's very splashable. But Gray Merchant as a first pick, we can just kind of go all in on it, right? There's also a Voracious Typhon. There's a Mire Triton. I think these 2 pop up together a lot. There's an Underworld Rage Hound if we ended up in red somehow. The rest of the pack is very whatever. So this comes down to Atris versus Gray Merchant. We don't know that we're going to be blue-black. I think I'm just going to snap Gary. Just always take Gary. It's kind of the name of the game here. I have kind of been impressed with Altar of the Pantheon, especially in conjunction with Gray Merchant. That being said, as far as a follow-up to Gray Merchant, I'm not going to take an Altar or either of these cards. I could see taking Thirst for Meanin, Wolf Willowhaven, or possibly like Underworld Charger. I think I'm going to take Thirst for Meanin and then be sad I don't have an Atris in my blue-black deck. Following that up, Laguna Band Storyteller's not bad. I like Soul Guide Lantern for best of 1 matches. This puts an enchantment from your graveyard on top of your library. Yep, the rest of this pack is very whatever. Temple Thief, again, very whatever. Might just take the Storyteller. We don't know which direction we're going yet. Blue-white enchantments is a fine place to be. Same print run. I always like Omen of the Hunt. There's also Traveler's Amulet, but I like Omen more than Traveler's Amulet. That being said, I don't have any green cards yet, so maybe it's right to take the Traveler's Amulet. Although green also looking fairly open with 5 cards in the pack. There's an Omen of the Sun, which goes nicely with these 2, so maybe that's the pick. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe Omen of the Hunt is the right pick. Maybe it's Wolf Willowhaven. Maybe it's Omen of the Sun. I think given that I already have Thirst for Meanin, Laguna Band, Storyteller, I'm supposed to take Omen of the Sun instead of looking for Mana Fixin'. We might just not end up with a Gray Merchant in our deck, or might not end up with one of these cards, but we can pivot a little bit here. There is a lot of green in the pack, though, for what it's worth. My inclination is always to just take the Omens. Traveler's Amulet, pretty good as well. All right, I'm going to stay on color, on theme here. Ooh, Siona. Siona's nice. I love Stern Dismissal in this format. A lot of games end because your opponent just sticks an aura on one of their creatures and you can't get over it anymore. And Stern Dismissal kind of stops that. Vexengul's fine. Siona is good. We don't have any auras to pick up yet. Looks like Gray Merchant is not panning out. And it's not as splashable as Atris, so we'll be a little bit sad. But I think I am going to take my first Stern Dismissal. All right, Acolyte of Affliction, very nice. 2/4 is whatever. Inspire All, not a card. Could take Naiad of Hidden Coves here. Makes these 2 spells cost less. It is an enchantment. It's a little bit more, a little bit less hard on the mana than the Nyxborn Courser. Acolyte of Affliction is the best card in the pack, but yeah, I'm going to take the Naiad. Okay. I do like Omen of the Dead. I like Funeral Rites. I don't care much for these 4-drops or the Thunder and Chariot for that matter. There's also a Traveler's Amulet, which can help with splashing if we end up splashing. Omen of the Dead is a card I like quite a bit, though. It's a little bit of a combo with this thing, isn't it? We also don't necessarily have to be white here. We don't have to be blue. We don't have to be black. So I think I'm just going to take the Omen of the Dead, which is my favorite card from this pack. All right, Underworld Dreams is good with Gray Merchant, but that's the only thing it's good with. There is a Transcendent Envoy, Furious Rite, Wave Rider. Could take Altar here for mana fixing purposes. Still don't know exactly where we're going to be. I don't like Underworld Dream. Sure, Triumphant Surge. I guess this is the point where I should stop and figure out exactly what colors I'm going to be, because I could take Nyxborn Marauder to go with my Black Devotion card, or I could take Triumphant Surge, which is a fine removal spell, even though my white cards are not amazing. I think I'm going to take the black card. Grey Merchant seems like a higher upside than these other cards. I'm not going to play anything from this pack, so I'll take another Altar. There's a Glory Bearers here, as well as a Rumbling Sentry and a bunch of other nonsense. Take the Enchantment Creature. These cards suck. I'll take the 2-drop. Maybe you just need a 2-drop sometimes. Ooh, Soul Reaper. I don't even remember seeing that the first time around. So we've got some direction here. Unfortunately, we're not going to take the first Ironian Games, which is really good. I mean, do we take the first Ironian Games? It is really good. This pack is really good, though. Jeez. Banishing Light. Favorite of Iroas I like. It's not amazing, but it'd probably be fine in our deck. Drag to the Underworld is what I'm looking at. I've noticed my decks are lacking removal, so picking up removal seems good. And I'd rather have like the finite answer to a creature than the more flexible answer with Banishing Light when people are playing main deck enchantment removal. So I think I'm going to take Drag here, and we're still deciding between white and blue. I think Stern Dismissal and Thirst for Meaning are better than my white cards. I'm going to take Drag to the Underworld and pass up on a really good rare there. Threnody Singer, Revoke Existence, nice one. Witness is good, but it is, again, that kind of liability stage where being an enchantment creature at 5 or 6 mana seems problematic. Blue, I could also see just like playing white-black. We have a very unfocused deck right now, but these packs aren't really helping us to decide. Threnody Singer is very mediocre on its own. Maybe I just want the Funeral Rites here. I don't have Graveyard Synergy either. I guess I have an Omen of the Dead. I'm going to take my Revoke here. Oh, Rise to Glory is nice. Also a Catoblepis. So Rise to Glory, right now we don't have any enchantment-based removal, which makes it a lot worse, because this card is fantastic when you get back a creature and get back enchantment removal. I could just take a Blight Breath Catoblepis to go with Grey Merchant and my Altar, and I think that's what I'm going to do here. I would need to guarantee that I'm getting past some enchantment removal before that becomes really good. There is another Lagana Band, and I don't think I'm aggressive enough to be a Heliod's Punishment deck. I don't love Glory Bearers. All I know is I'm playing black right now. I'm still not decided on blue or green, or blue or white. Alright, probably take Venomous Hierophant over maybe Scavenging Harpy. Hierophant is okay with Omen of the Dead, but it is another expensive creature in a deck that's looking like it's not getting any cheaper. I'll take the Harpy. Alright, Agonize and Remorse, always a welcome addition. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to play with this card yet, but I don't like red very much, so I think I'm taking the Thoughtseize over the Omen. I don't know, Omen's actually pretty good in this deck, though. Especially if I run, like, Thirst for Meanings, it gets a lot better. I'm not going to play Storyteller. Omen or Remorse? I'm going to take the second Omen over the first Remorse. Maybe that's wrong, but I'm going to do it. You can't stop me. Nothing really worth even talking about here. I'm going to take, I guess, the Seaguard in case I do end up heavy blue-black or something like that. There's a Daxos and a Birth of Meletus here. Also a Mischievous Chimera. Sunmane Pegasus is fine as well. Black is not open. I'm going to just take Birth. Actually, Sunmane Pegasus is the best card, right? I'm going to take the Pegasus. Another Omen. That's a lot of Omens. Probably going to take Starlight Mantle. Could also see Stinging Lionfish here. With the Omens, it's not bad. Yeah, Stinging Lionfish probably better than Starlight Mantle. I'm not, like, suiting up on a creature, so I don't really need to save it. I don't need the third Omen. There's a Favorite of Iroas here. It's definitely the best card in the pack. I'm not playing anything else here, so I'll consider it. Temple Thief, probably gonna my pick. Adds a Black Devotion, nothing else spectacular. Mirror Shield, same as Starlit Mantle, we just don't need that. I'll take Unknown Shores just in case that's where we end up after pack 3. This deck looks bad. Ooh, Nightmare Shepherd. Alright, well that makes it significantly better. Nightmare Shepherd is an awesome card. 4 mana 4/4, and when your creatures die, they turn into 1/1 token versions of themselves. It's pretty solid. I've got Omens to get it back. I like Hateful Eidolon. This isn't really the deck for it. Nothing else in this pack really stands out, so Nightmare Shepherd is a card that we're happy to open. Anax, very strong, but not for our deck. Underworld Dreams, we have 2 black payoffs. I don't really consider Drag to the Underworld a payoff for a Devotion deck. What are we playing if not? Again, what is our second color here? Are we going blue-black? I mean, we're basically mono-black with a couple cards from another color. White gives us some defensive options. Blue gives us basically just some card draw and defensive options as well. I'm leaning towards white here. I get the Revoke Existence, I get the Omen of the Suns, I get the Storyteller. Blue gives us Stern Dismissal, Lionfish, and Thirst for Meaning. What if that's our deck right now? 15, 14 cards. I can add in a couple filler blue cards. Maybe I just take Underworld Dreams here. This card sucks, but maybe I take Grim Physician. All right, you convinced me. Underworld Dreams. Enemy of Enlightenment. I've never seen this card actually be good. I mean, yeah, if everyone's empty-handed and the board's stable, and sure, it's fine then, but it seems pretty bad to me. I'm just going to take Rage Scarred Berserker. I like this card as a top-end threat. Not going to take another Underworld Dreams, although that is a game plan. Sea God Scorn. We can bounce back some of our ETB effects. That could be a game plan. There's also a Destiny Spinner. Also Starlit Mantle. I mean, if I take Sea God Scorn, I'm definitely pushing myself into blue. If I take Underworld Dreams, then I need to play as defensively as possible and just waste time. You know what? Actually, Underworld Sea God Scorn seems interesting. If I had more black devotion payoffs, like another Catoblepis or another Merchant, then I could see Underworld Dreams being the pick. As it is, doesn't look like it. Alright, I'm going to take the Scorn. Funeral Rite seems fine. I'm not playing anything else here. I'll take Funeral Rites. Yeah, black is just hella not open. Could take Elite Instructor or another Rage Scarred Berserker seems okay. And 2 more picks to pick up something relevant. Sweet Oblivion. Again, if this was best of 3, maybe. I guess I'll take it. We'll consider that for a second. Last pick, another Omen of the Dead. Or Deny the Divine is probably our pick. Yeah, we're going to be blue-black. Definitely don't need Unknown Shores. Chain to Memory I like a lot better when we have Death Touchers, which we kind of don't have. So I'm probably not playing whatever pick out of that pack. Same deal here. Thaumaturgist Familiar is playable. Alright, Underworld Dreams Wield, that's good to know. Yeah, I guess that'll be our game plan, because we don't have a good aggro or defensive deck, so maybe we just try to stick some Underworld Dreams and win with Black Devotion cards and just stall. I guess that's the game plan, right? It doesn't sound amazing. Like a 2/5? Is that good for that plan? Another Altar? This deck is boo-boo, isn't it? I could splash, but I probably don't want to. Thaumaturgist Familiar. Guess I could play a Naiad of Hidden Coves. I could see Sweet Oblivion here as an alternative win con too. We can just muck up the board enough. I don't have other, what's it called? Escape cards, but this has to be, I think you have to go all in on this. I don't think we're playing anything else here. So yeah, blue, black, kind of devotion. It's funny, we took Gray Merchant over Atris, and now we're in blue-black, but we didn't know that. We picked up some white cards. Underworld Dreams, sketchy. We don't need Unknown Shores. Probably don't need a lot of islands in general. Probably need something like 11 to 12 swamps to cast our Underworld Dreams, which doesn't really do anything. That's fine. Okay, I think this is what we're going to play. Not in love with it. but it's got a little bit of a game plan, and we'll see how it works. Blue-black, big black devotion, splash in blue, more or less. Thanks for watching. Let's see how it goes. Match 1 coming up. All right, we're here for match 1 with a 2-3 tribal. We've got colors. This is fine. Basically run out as much black as we can, and probably start off with Naiad, I guess. All right, Underworld Dreams number 2. I will play that on turn 3, if possible, just to get as much damage out of it as possible. So if I draw a Swamp here, which I did not, I would run it out, but I do want to play that before Grey Merchant. But we would need to draw a Swamp before we draw an island, of course, Elspeth's Nightmare, and that's going to go ahead and get the Underworld Dream. So we really want to play the Dreams if we can, which we did, so that'll make Elspeth's Nightmare miss. We can follow up with Grey Merchant next turn. Alright, they get to see our hand, and then exile our graveyard next turn. And our game plan's pretty straightforward, just sit here and stall forever. Ooh, Drag to the Underworld, glad I didn't have that. Could play Mogus's Soul Reaper and keep up Drag to the Underworld. That doesn't seem bad either. It gets more mileage out of my Grey Merchant. It blocks this thing just as well. My opponent doesn't know about the drag. Plus, if I draw a land off the top, I think I'd rather get the Catoblepis down before the Grey Merchant. Excuse me. Ooh, white mana. Opponent has unlocked their hand, I assume. Sunmane Pegasus. I'm going to actually untap here, because if I draw a land, I'll just Catoblepis that. I did not, so... probably just pass, right? And then drag this at instant speed. It gives them a chance to put, like, an aura on it or something like that. And hopefully this will get a decent amount of damage done. Mirror Shield, 2 to equip. Alright, so they're going to equip that to the Pegasus, and we'll kill it in response. Bring the Pegasus to the Underworld. I guess I should be attacking, huh? Alright, play Berserker attack for 3, I think. Well, again, the longer I can wait on the longer I can wait on Grey Merchant, the better. Opponent did not want to take the chump there. I mean, they're going to have to run out a pretty cheap creature if they also want to save it from the Catoblepis. Because Mirror Shield costs 2 to equip. So if they just cast like a 4 or 5 drop, they know what my hand is. As long as they don't have discard spell, I'm looking pretty good here. Maybe something like Shatter the Storm or Shatter the Sky would be nice for them. I mean, if they just don't do anything, I'm going to play Grey Merchant. Because Grey Merchant on this board with no interaction is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to them. Remember, this used to be a common. Dawn Evangel, sure. And Transcendent Envoy. So yeah, I'm going to go and just play Catoblepis and take out the Envoy. Should I keep a card in hand in case they make me discard? Probably. Although I have this thing. Sure. Just going to go and kill their Envoy. Maybe I kill the Evangel, but I want to kill their Flyer. And then I can attack with the 5-4 and the 2-3, and they trade off. I'll just say no thank you and pass. Opponent goes to 12 here. Yeah, Grey Merchant deals 9 now, and then they have 3 draws left. Sure. Dreadful Apathy does not work with Dawn Evangel. Okay, Thaumaturge is familiar. So I guess I could have sacked that in response. No, I was tapped out. So I cannot hold up Soul Reaper here, but I do get to Grey Merchant them. I'll pass. Opponent goes to 2. If I sack this to the Soul Reaper, they get to draw a card. Oh no, they don't get to draw a card. They get to return a creature with mana cost 2 or less from their graveyard to their hand. This would be a way different game if I didn't have a Gray Merchant in my hand. I think the Underworld Dreams plan. I don't advise playing Underworld Dreams. This card sucks. But if you have black Devotion cards and you're nearly mono black, then, you know, Gray Merchant is the big one that you want. Alright, so we can go Familiar. My opponent can't even afford to use this, actually. Scry to the bottom. I can attack with 3 creatures. Not quite enough. I'm going to play my land. Yeah, if they use Soul Reaper, they die. Oh, Omen of the Sun gains them life. Sure. But if they use Soul Reaper, they actually lose life from Underworld Dreams. Why was that so aggressive? Did you see that? Alright. Probably no attack here. I'm going to go ahead and just pass. Ooh, Funeral Rites is a good draw. I guess I've got enough black mana that I should just keep up blue in case I draw the Scorn. Like I could go land Scorn here or something like that. Sure. Alright, let's go ahead and jam with the Thaumaturgist Familiar. Final Death. Okay, I'll go ahead and draw from that. Sacrifice a creature. Ooh, Nightmare Shepherd. Youch. So next turn, barring anything else, I can play Nightmare Shepherd and just sack Gray Merchant to the Soul Reaper, and then this will come back. Nightmare Shepherd's busted. Busted. It is an enchantment creature, so it's vulnerable, which is something I like about this set. The big, dumb, game-winning cards are vulnerable to common and uncommon removal. But I think this is going to be good enough. So play Shepherd, and then sack Gray Merchant to Soul Reaper. Actually, they can disrupt that with the Lantern, right? That's fine. That's no big deal. I mean, they go to 1 here. If they sack the Lantern at any point, it's not going to cut it. They can't have... I guess they could have, like, Shatter the Skies. But then they just die to this. Underworld Dreams put in enough work this game. Probably dealt about 10 damage on its own. If they activate this, I'm going to go ahead and sack the Gray Merchant in response. Alright. That way they can't exile my thing anymore. Opponent's going to Soul Reaper in response. Then they just die to this because they're drawing a card, and then they draw from the Soul Reaper. Sure. So now this doesn't even have to resolve. Make a 1/1 Gray Merchant. Deal 11. Nice. Okay. Game plan worked. Match number 1 under the books. Hey, we just draw Gray Merchant, and that's what happens every game. It's going to be fine. Against an aggressive deck, not as good, but that was a nice way to start off, and we'll run right on into match number 2. See you there. All right, match number 2. Welcome. Fine hand. Doesn't get started till turn 3, but if I draw blue mana, Thirst for Meaning's good. There's Gary again. Drag to the Underworld can be a nice little catch-all. All right, we got the Rage Mutt. 3/1 that has to attack. Fortunately, that's going to deal a decent amount of damage to us. And it comes back. I have been impressed with this card. Unfortunately, I haven't been impressed with red as a whole. Alright, here is... worst case scenarios. They go untap, Irosa's Blessing. I'm going to play my creature and just hope they don't have it. Or even the fight spell would work, right? I mean, if they just kill my guy, that's not the worst. I'm not going to block. I guess I could have blocked with the Omen here, but I want to kill this before they get too much value out of it. Probably incentivized to play an enchantment here. Oh, hero of the game. Sure. It's actually not the worst. So... actually, I'll go and pass. I can do drag at instant speed, and they could go for the Irosa's Blessing now. So I'm going to go ahead and block here. Actually, if I block here and they go for a trick on hero, I kill hero, but I really want to kill Setessan Champion. So I'm going to try and trade here, see what they got going on. Probably Aspect of Mana Core or whatever. Take 4. Oh, Infuriate. Yeah, that's good. So we'll go ahead and drag this thing now while we can. I think I can win a long game against what's going on board. I can flash in an aura here to get my dude back. Could also just play Grey Merchant straight up. I think I'm actually going to do that because the Omen getting back Grey Merchant's pretty good. Plus the Rage Hound has to attack into this, so they have to have another trick here. Or anything to target the hero, I guess. Looks like they've just got a removal spell as it is. Oh, Irreverent Revelers, sure. Well, 3/1 has to attack. 1 mana green spell? I know not of this 1 mana green spell. Well, here go the blue cards really hurting us. Alright, let's play a Temple Thief and pass. I kind of want Grey Merchant to trade off for something here, so my Omen's relevant. Because it would get it back and deal at least 3, because the Omen would be on board with the Grey Merchant. If they don't do anything, that's not great. Another 2/2, sure. Alright, so I think this is pretty straightforward. I go block, block, and then next turn have this up to block. It's a little risky. I go to 3. Nightmare Shepherd's a good draw. I am going to just pass, though. Okay. Yeah, Nightmare Shepherd's a very good draw. Alright, Irosa's Blessing, your Underworld guy. Another hero of the game, sure. Have to attack with that. Alright. Blue mana. Oh, that's very good. Alright, what could I die to here if I attack with both creatures? They would need a haste creature. I think I'm going to play super smart and only attack for 4. That might be wrong. I'm at 3. I could just die to, like, burn to the face. Catoblepis was incredible draw there. 8, 9. If I attack, they go to 12. Skull or Grove Dancer, not quite going to cut it here, I don't think. I will play out another land. Actually, maybe I'm supposed to get back Soul Reaper. I go 1. I have 7 mana, so I go 1, 3. I have 3 mana up, and then I can hold up the Grey Merchant here. Yeah, this is actually really good. Yeah, because I can hold up Soul Reaper, sack in Grey Merchant to Nightmare Shepherd, and this lets me attack out. Actually, I shouldn't attack with Catoblepis. Do they just die here if I do the Grey Merchant now? If Grey Merchant comes back into play right now, it deals 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I'll do it in response to something. But yeah, I can just kill him with Nightmare Shepherd plus Grey Merchant. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, well, I'll take it. They're going to bring back the Rage Hound, it looks like. And a 1 mana red spell. That doesn't even work because... Alright, sack Grey Merchant. Nightmare Shepherd, Grey Merchant. Deal 8 to you, gain 8. What happens if we don't draw Grey Merchant? Do we just lose? Jeez. Used to be a common. Oh boy, Nightmare Shepherd also putting in work. I mean, if we just draw those two together every time, I think we'll be fine. That puts us at 2-0. Not a bad start at all. Got us a Jaya from some set no one cares about anymore. And match 3 should be right on up. See you there. Alright, we're back for match number 3 with blue cards in our hand, no blue mana. We only have like 6 islands in the deck though, so... I do want a very heavy number of swamps though, mostly for those Underworld Dreams. This is a nice curve, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. We just draw one more land here. Uh-oh, the computer's going crazy again. 1 mana white spell. Karametra's Blessing. Hey, if Temple Thief can poke in a little bit of damage too, that's going to be quite nice. Green, white. Alright, that cannot block Temple Thief. And we did draw the 3rd land, so we get to go Soul Reaper into Nightmare Shepherd at very minimum. Again, this is insane curve out, but we'll see what they suit up their Envoy with. They can kill Nightmare Shepherd. Soul Reaper plus Nightmare Shepherd's awesome combo. Also, this card, look at this card. It's so cool. I've never seen something quite like it. Sentinel's Eyes. All right. Suited up. Still can't block Temple Thief, so we've got 2 unblockable damage on board. Excuse me. That being said, my opponent's also got damage on board. Stinging Lionfish. All right. I'm going to go and attack with my Temple Thief. And then play a Nightmare Shepherd. And hopefully draw a land. They could just like revoke Existence Nightmare Shepherd or something, and then my plan's not as good. Return to Nature. I think we can rule out Return to Nature. That one's an instant, but Revoke Existence is sorcery. And I'm not blocking, because I'm not stupid. I just draw an island off the top. Island would be superb. Because that lets us play Grey Merchant next turn and then follow up with our spells. Oh, ask and ye shall receive. Alright, so... I can't even block Nightmare Shepherd here. Do I hold up Deny the Divine? I attack for 4. This can get blocked by the hero. Well, I definitely attack with Nightmare Shepherd. Right now, if I play Grey Merchant, it hits him for 2, 4, 5, 6 damage. Puts him down to 6, and then next turn I have Deny up. I'm going to play Grey Merchant, because if I untap, I get to do the Soul Reaper thing with the Nightmare Shepherd again. And my opponent didn't have a way to kill my Shepherd last turn. This is insane black curve. Counterspell back up next turn. Only against creatures and enchantments, though. And we could still lose this game. It depends on what happens this turn. Envoy is not going to cut it. Okay. Well, I'm just going to pass the turn and hold up my counterspell plus activation. If I can pull off the Grey Merchant with the sacrifice here, then my opponent just dies. But if I do it now and then my opponent has some sort of interaction or something, then I die. Well, I don't necessarily die, but I do think it's worth being careful here. Sure. I'm not going to block. Just go for it on end step here. What's the worst that could happen? My opponent probably just passing back, right? Could also sack Temple Thief to draw a card. Another island wouldn't be that bad either, so I can get the Stinging Lionfish. Yeah, my opponent's playing smart here. Makes me want to not play dumb. Alright, well, I'm not going to be the one who pulls the trigger. Especially since I'm only taking 2 a turn here. I do think on end step... Well, no, I don't. I want to keep up Deny the Divine. That's for sure. I mean, what could they be playing around that's not like Revoke Existence Nightmare Shepherd? Siona, sure. I assume... Oh, they bricked on Siona. I do assume one of their cards in hand is an instant speed trick like Karametra's Blessing. Underworld Dreams. No lands does make this suck. I think I'm just supposed to, like, go for it. Alright, I'm gonna play this Lionfish as bait. I'm gonna bait my opponent here. Could play Underworld Dreams, but I'm gonna keep up my win con on board. Gonna keep it up on board. I feel like if I were to sacrifice Grey Merchant right now, I would just win. I don't feel like my opponent actually has the right thing to get out of this situation. But I also don't want to risk it because my opponent's been very careful to not tap out. I think they're not tapping out because they have some sort of pump spell for their 2-3 or whatever. But again, until they go for some sort of big win that's going to actually kill me, I think I can play it slow here. Drawing lands would be nice because then I can deploy other threats. Like if I can get this down and hold up Deny the Divine, that's great. Any land lets me do that. Like if they go for a Dreadful Apathy or something. Neshin Boar. Alright, that's probably going to go ahead and provoke. Alright, I'm going to go for it. I really don't feel like they have it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what are we doing? They have a way to kill Nightmare Shepherd now. They take 2, 3, 4. And then Underworld Dream kills them in a couple turns. Let's see if they have a response. I'm not sure what it could be. They only need to kill one of my black creatures. It doesn't even have to be a Nightmare Shepherd. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. I hit decline. I hit decline. Why? Why do you hate me? Now I have to block this. I'm going to lose. What in the world? That is ridiculous. I can't even cast the Sea God Scorn. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Underworld Dreams, and then hopefully they cast something pre-combat and I can deny the Divine, and then tap down the Neshin Boar with my Lionfish, and then draw like an island or something. I don't know. What a mess. I hit decline on accident. Unreal. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I feel like Karametra's Blessing is the type of is the card they have. I feel like that's the one. Just play something pre-combat, please. Just one time. Pre-combat. Play your card. Let me tap down your boar. Yes, yes, do it, opponent. Deny me the Divine. Or let me deny you the Divine. 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's just enough to kill my entire board, so that's cool. Deny the Divine cannot counter instants. Nope, they're going for it. Alright, I'm ready. Ready for the loss. They went to combat and now they're casting something? Alright. The good news here is they're tapping out, and I am going to get a bunch of Nightmare Shepherd triggers. I have to block with everything. Oh my god. I mean, Karametra's Blessing does get me here, though. Alright, draw 4. Omen of the Dead, back Grey Merchant. That might work. That might be enough. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. What else we got going on here, opponent? Dang, they are playing super carefully. Come on, opponent. Maybe they're counting up if they can kill me. Can Hero of the Wilds kill me right now? Oh, what if they can just kill me right now? How insane would that be? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. Oh my god, am I just gonna die because I didn't bring back my stupid Gray Merchant on accident? Wow, I just die. Unreal. So I can sack something, but that doesn't do anything, right? Alright. God, die to a misclick. Are you kidding me? I didn't actually think I was going to die this turn. Well, Wizards got me. Misclick got me. My mouse got me. I'm going to count that as a win, even though it says a loss here. I'm counting that as a win because I had it on board. I even drew into the other win. I didn't think I was going to die to that hero that turn, but they got me. I guess that made sense why they were taking so long, but it's not that hard to do the math. Maybe they were trying to figure out what to play around. Anyway, we pick up our first loss despite having the win on board due to a misclick, and we'll run it back for match number 4, so I'll see you there. All right, we are back. Heavy blue hand with the Underworld Dreams, but still fine. We can go Lionfish into Thirst, which can hopefully find some more black mana. And I'm going to run out Swamps for now, though. Because if I draw like a 2-drop black creature, I'll just play that instead. Ooh, the Horn Beetle, that could be bad. All right, Stinging Lionfish it is. Elspeth's Nightmare, kill the Lionfish. Sure, you got it. Elspeth's Nightmare on turn 3 is always gross. And they're going to get a card out of my hand here. Actually, not necessarily. So I can Thirst in response. And then try to get rid of spells. Discard an enchantment. Or discard what? 2 cards? I can go discard Berserker plus land. And then yeah, I'm gonna actually decline and discard Berserker plus Island here. And then they probably take Omen of the Dead. And this hand's just gonna be too slow, I think. Especially if they play a 4-power creature and start growing this beetle now. Also, remember, they're going to exile my graveyard next turn, so I probably have to go, like, Naiad into Omen if they let me keep the Omen. But I don't see why they would mind if I just play an Underworld Dreams. Yeah, that's what I would do. Pharika Spawn, sure. Good news is Beetle doesn't get bigger here. So exile my graveyard, nothing I can do about that. I will play my Naiad and pass. Pharika Spawn is very good. I'm so salty about last game. Just picked up a loss. Didn't need to. Alright, no 5-power creature. Shoot. Big 5-power creature. And this game's probably over already. I guess I have this 5-4 coming down. Stern Dismissal's a good draw. Probably not good enough, but probably good enough. Yeah, everything's just going to trade for this 5-4 now. Okay, you got me. You got me. God, see, I just pick up another loss here. I should have 3-1 right now. 3-1. Porque me. Alright. Well, now I'm in that position where if I lose another game, I'm out, which sucks because I just got steamrolled that one and I should have an extra win here. But we'll keep playing. I like our deck, and I'll see you all for match number 5. Alright, we are back. Another blue heavy hand here. Well, at least we have islands. Just going to lead off with Island here, in case Stern Dismissal is relevant. This card's pretty good in this format. It can't bounce your own creatures like a traditional unsummon, but it does get you out from underneath some nonsense auras and stuff. And just tempo your opponent a little bit. Wings of Hubris. Fine by me. Equipped creature has flying. And then you can sack this to make the equipped creature unblockable for the turn, but then you sack the creature. We're going to Thirst here for meaning. And then probably just tap out for Nightmare Shepherd. Sure, Anax is strong. Alright. Let's get a little thirsty here. So I'm going to decline and just pitch land. Go Island, Swamp. And I will... Yeah, I'm just going to run out Nightmare Shepherd here. Worst case scenario for us, I think, is Irosa's Blessing. But barring that, we can play like Berserker and start just jamming creatures in. I guess they could also have like an Ichthyomorphosis or something along those lines. Wave Rider. Okay. Well, probably not attacking this turn then. Ooh, Catoblepis. Well, if I go Alter here, I'm just gonna play Berserker. Let's be real. We're just playing the Berserker. Attack for 5. And pass turn. I don't think my opponent has 4 mana removal, otherwise they almost certainly would have used it to kill Nightmare Shepherd without letting me untap, especially since I'm playing blue. I could block with this and trade it off for something, and then it comes back as a 1/1. It's not the worst. If I draw a land, going Catoblepis, almost certainly. Naiad's fine. Jump that in the air. And take 3. Wouldn't mind drawing a land here, so I can go Berserker plus hold up the Stern Dismissal. They could have a counter spell here with the Naiad. It's what's being represented. But I think that would be okay. Deny the Divine. Oh, they don't. So what am I doing here? Just the Berserker? Sure. Now I'll attack with both my creatures. Attacking for 10. Remember, they can chump block, and then if a creature dies, they make a 1/1, but the 1/1 can't block, so... Okay, what's going on here? Final Flare, sack and annex to kill Nightmare Shepherd. Sure. Okay, Nightmare Shepherd down. Does leave me with some 5/4s on board. I didn't actually get in any damage against them that turn, but it's fine. They don't have too much going on. I have the Catoblepis, which right now gives -4/-4. I have 2 cards left. Oh, that card's really good. 1 card in hand. Isn't an instant or a flash enchantment. Do you attack with the Wave Rider as well? That's a good question. My 6 mana bounce 3 creatures would be pretty strong here. Oh, they got something else to cast. Oh, we're going to wing up. All right, let's wing it. Take 5. Could alter, or I guess not. I'm auto-passing. All right, well, I'm going to play Catoblepis. Try to kill their Wave Break Hippocamp and attack them for 10. Let's see if that's a spell they can cast. It is not. That cannot block. Alright, pass turn. It is a huge downside that this can't bounce your own creatures. Otherwise, I could have like used it to save my own Nightmare Shepherd. But barring something really good from the opponent here, I think I'm fine. They said GG, pack it up. We get to keep playing. 3 and 2. Should be 4 and 1, but 3 and 2 is where we're at. No Gray Merchant. Didn't need it. Didn't even need the Gray Merchant. And 3 and 1 it is. Let's go ahead and roll along. Match 6 coming up. All right. Y'all ready to pump it up? Because we're against the jams. Scavenging Harpy. Probably my first play of the game. Not super exciting. Gave away the fact that I have this Omen in my hand. And, yep, I'll just roll out another Swamp here in case I draw Underworld Dreams. I can go triple black on turn 3. Red-white, Leonin of the Lost Pride. Sure. You gotst it. Deny the Divine. Alright, I'll go and play my 2-1 here and pass. If I play Nightmare Shepherd... Yeah, if I play Nightmare Shepherd and then this dies and that these trade my trigger, their trigger, no, they would actually stop my trigger. I think I'm going to try and trade here. Maybe it's better to wait because I have Nightmare Shepherd, but I want to get that off board in case Nightmare Shepherd dies. I can Omen the Shepherd back, you know? Alright, what else you got? Red-white opponent. What you got, Jams? Ooh, Hero of the Nyxborn. This one's good. Makes a 1-1 that can block. I will play a Nightmare Shepherd and pass. Now, hopefully get to untap with the Deny the Divine. Looks like Iroas's Blessing. Alright, this opponent does have it all. And we're going to take 5, 6. Yep. This is not good. This is not good. Alright, do what we can. Might be a quick one for us. They have like another Iroas's Bless and this game's basically over. Even then, I'm not in a great position because they just need one thing to target the hero and then Nightmare Shepherd dies. Banishing Light. Yep, did not get an opportunity to untap here, unfortunately. Don't have good removal for that. Ooh, something else as well. Yeah, we're done here. We're done. All right. Well, I am very sad that the misclick cost us one of those rounds. It's not even like one of those misclicks where we're unsure whether or not we would have won. We had the win and we just accidentally clicked a little bit too high. So that puts us at 3-3 when we could have probably kept going from there. And I think our deck was fine, but not amazing. We got rolled by the aggro decks. So it's always sad to go out to a misclick, but it is something that happens when you play digital, and we have to accept that. So another Gray Merchant deck in the books, another Theros Beyond Death draft. Haven't gotten a clean sweep with this yet. Actually haven't gotten beyond 3 wins, which is not boding well. Maybe the aggressive decks are where you actually want to be, but you saw how that went. We should have been at minimum 4-2 after that match. And continued playing from there. You saw what I saw, so we're just gonna let the recording tell the tale there, and we will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.